This query is an invitation to introspection and is not merely rhetorical. The beginning of a life-changing path toward inner liberation and peace, the ancient wisdom-based Stoic philosophy provides a compelling way out of these shadows, as Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "You have authority over, realize that your thoughts, not external circumstances, are what will allow you to, the art of letting go. In order to move on with your life, letting go is a skill that requires rigorous practice, comprehension, and deep understanding. Simply wanting to. We must deliberately decide to live in the present and let go of the things that drag us down in order to move on from the past. Us down and make plans for a future unencumbered by the constraints of the past. But how can one start to unravel the intricate network of memories, feelings, and Epicus taught us about attachments and how individuals get disturbed by how they consider them, and how we can heed his counsel. We'll discuss the 7 essential ideas from Stoic philosophy in this discussion, each of which will act as a beacon to assist us in letting go of the past through a combination of poignant tales, timeless quotes from Stoic authorities, and queries that you can self-reflection to guide you toward a life in which the past, with all of its, the path to a present full of growth principles and lessons, is via lessons and scars. Happy. If you're prepared to begin this journey, are you ready to let go of the past and relish the freedom that comes with it? Crucial journey. Click here and prepare to leave a remark demonstrating are you prepared to discover more about the timeless lessons of Stoicism? Together, let's embark on the journey of letting go and discover the true meaning of happiness and peace by examining principle number 1. Principle number 1, appreciate the now. In the midst of the complexity of life's demands, remember the Stoic philosophy of one of the best ways to achieve inner peace and happiness is to concentrate on the here and now. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, put it so beautifully, focus every minute. Like a Roman, a man who does what is in front of him with accuracy and sincerity, voluntarily and kindly with justice, and on releasing oneself from everything other diversions. This profound realization prompts us to consider how frequently we overlook the present since we're mired in the past. Consider the path taken by a prosperous businessman who was once burdened by the burden of past errors. Each one cast a shadow over the options available now, but the most significant one was to anchor in the present when a shift started, rather than fretting about the past. The emphasis changed from the future to the lessons and opportunities of the present. This transition is more than just a story of commercial success, but also evidence of the strength of the present. Have you ever observed that the most fulfilling moments occur when you are really there, whether you are appreciating the details or not? Having a delicious meal, the revitalizing sensation of a breeze on your face, or witnessing a child's laughter, these events serve as a reminder of the happiness we can enjoy right now. Marcus Aurelius challenges us to consider whether we are paying attention to what is in front of us. Perhaps it is simple to lose sight of the present when we are engrossed in diversions, as we are caught in the never-ending loop of what was and what might have been. But consider the tranquility, happiness, and prosperity that await those who opt to live in the now. Let's learn from those who have the courage to adopt this Stoic way of living. Instance, consider an artist who is content with each brushstroke and isn't dependent on the acclaim of. As we consider this, galleries envision a writer who is passionate about their work. Neither the spectres of previous grievances nor the expectation of in the future. Let us hear the insightful remarks of Marcus Aurelius and the tales of for those who have lived by this idea. The word shouldn't merely be a notion. It ought to serve as a wake-up call. Consider what beauty, joy, and insight this. This will encourage you to be more present in the moment by keeping our attention on the here and now. We can let go of our regrets from the past and our anxieties about an uncertain future, leading to a peaceful life. To live a contented and prosperous life, you must first make the simple yet significant decision to. Because life is so hectic, it's easy to lose sight of the beauty and significance of the present, and full of interruptions, yet still able to appreciate and enjoy the moment can bring you greater joy, fulfillment, and tranquility. Being mindful entails paying attention to the here and now without passing judgment on it. By practicing mindfulness, you can teach your mind to appreciate what you're eating right now, such as the flavor of your morning coffee, the sun on your skin, your loved one's laughter. Mindfulness exercises and other practicing mindfulness every day can help you appreciate each moment. People frequently worry about the future or are more tolerant of the past. Reflect on things they wish they might have done differently in the past, which prevents them from living in the present and learning new things. Stop worrying about the future and learn to let go of the past. Instead, concentrate on the things you can alter now and cultivate thankfulness in the present. Being thankful is a powerful method to divert your focus from what you take a moment to consider what you have each day instead of what you need. You're grateful for things like a friend who supports you, a delicious dinner, or a stunning sunset. You'll quickly realize how abundant every moment is if you engage in activities that bring you joy, express thanks, and practice. Whether it's spending money on a hobby or something else entirely, try to prioritize the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Spending time with loved ones, spending time in nature, or engaging in activities that are aligned with your values and interests will help you better appreciate the here and now, accept impermanence, and understand that life is constantly shifting and that every moment is fleeting. Rather than resisting change, embrace it. Understanding that life is fleeting is an essential aspect of being human. Help you appreciate and relish each moment more. It requires patience and intentionality. Their commitment to putting into practice what they've learned about enjoying the present moment by applying these 5 lessons to your everyday life, you can learn to be more appreciative, present, and happy, which will enable you to fully savor each moment. So take a breathe, take in your surroundings, and appreciate the beauty of the moment as it unfolds. Currently, with the separation of principle number 2 from the external principle number 2, disengage from outside verification. How many times have you performed for an audience that was unaware that it was a portion of your act that you were seeking affirmation for? Acceptance of likes and compliments to demonstrate the quality of your creations or choices. Running behind a line of agreement and acceptance that you can never reach is exhausting, isn't it? The never-ending pursuit of other people's approval exhausts us and diverts our focus from our true purpose. Epictetus is a fantastic illustration of how it can leave us feeling empty and disconnected from our essence. We learn a great deal from Stoic philosophy about the value of concentrating on what we can exercise control and the folly of too worrying about what other people think. In order for us to hear twice as much as we speak, Jesus instructs us to have 2 ears and 1 mouth. The Idean's counsel to focus solely on issues that we can control emphasizes the Stoic route to mental independence and self-reliance. Consider a painter who creates not for recognition, but for the pure. The delight of it is that every brushstroke reflects their personality rather than being a call for attention. This artist's inner world symbolizes the Stoic objective of placing internal rewards prior to external ones, those who find happiness in the ACT rather than the receiving. The first step in letting go of the need for approval from others is Think about yourself and ask yourself, whose approval am I seeking and why? The first step to freedom is to rely on the opinions of others. It's liberating to pursue your happiness regardless of what other people may think. When was the last time you pursued a pastime solely for enjoyment rather than for potential recognition, according to Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor? Regarding how well he likes himself, your perspective holds that happiness comes from within and doesn't require much. This encourages us to align our objectives with our core beliefs, which results in genuine fulfillment. There are numerous examples of real-life individuals who have broken free from the bonds of sin and are no longer seeking approval from others. An entrepreneur that prioritizes generating value according to their own vision over gaining the favor of investors and the effect on the society demonstrates how the path from pursuing external acceptance to discovering inner. As we move through life, contentment can result in profound serenity. Consider this: we live for our personal fulfillment or the fleeting favor of others. The first step to living a successful, contented, and tranquil life is realizing this is a call to value ourselves, regardless of what others may think of us. Action to put ourselves first and build a life free from the threats to our tranquility and self-worth posed by others' thoughts today. How will you relish the satisfaction of confirming your ideas can inspire someone else to share them with us in the comments section? People frequently receive external approval for their ideas, like friends, social conventions, or achievements. Being able to distinguish releasing oneself from this external validation can be a liberating experience. Obtaining your self-confidence, sense of value, and contentment from inside, rather than seeking approval from others. People's awareness of themselves is growing, is the first step in letting go of external validation. Find out what your beliefs, ambitions, and strengths and shortcomings are. Being self-aware means knowing when and why you seek acceptance from others. Embracing your imperfections is the first step towards developing inner strength and confidence. Desiring to appear flawless to others frequently results in outward approval, but true progress and being yourself come. Refrain from embracing your imperfections and remember that mistakes and failures are inevitable, are common aspects of being human, and when you embrace your imperfections, you become less dependent on internal validation for your self-worth rather than external validation. Seeking validation from others while concentrating on strengthening your own internal validation. Learn to appreciate your own work, development, and achievements. Be gentle to yourself and accept who you are, even if no one else loves you. You can find happiness in the here and now by practicing mindfulness and gratitude. Social norms and conventional notions of success are called into question by standards for success. Use your personal objectives, hobbies, and values to your advantage if you want to succeed. Recognize that everyone's definition of success is unique and encompasses a variety of connections, mental development, and well-being. When you're in line with your actual definition of success, you lessen your susceptibility to criticism from others. Feedback. Wisely acknowledge the value of helpful criticism from reliable sources while removing yourself from outside verification. Spend some time with those that will support you, genuinely care about your development, are open to learning and improve. But watch how you use comments and trust your instincts in the end, and inner guidance to guide you in avoiding external approval. Is a liberating process that enables you to live your life independently and authentically. In other words, it makes you happier, more self-aware, and more confident on the internal strength that helps you cope with external stresses. Recognize this journey as an opportunity to grow self-awareness and power. The third principle is to prioritize quality above quantity. Number 3. the accumulation of successes, quality over quantity. Experiential experiences are sometimes seen as the yardstick for success in our day and age. A powerful counter-narrative provided by philosophy is to strive for better rather than more. According to Seneca's timeless wisdom, it's not the man who has too little, but the impoverished man who longs for more acts as a beacon of hope for those looking for a peaceful, fulfilling existence, could find inspiration in Ella's Ella, for instance, recognized that something was lacking from her journey, which prompted she courageously adopted the Stoic idea that quality should come before quantity, made the decision to simplify her life and concentrate on raising a few deeply important establishing connections and focusing on a select few interests that truly inspired her spirit. This transformative decision also provided her a great deal of peace and happiness, as a feeling of wealth that money couldn't purchase. Have you ever considered what truly adds wealth to your life? Is it the quantity of social media friends you have, the possessions you own, or the proximity of how well your behavior aligns with your basic values and how well your connections are values? Marcus, a well-known artist, is utilized in the narrative to demonstrate how potent this Marcus rejected the attraction of commercial IAL success in favor of a philosophical idea, order to create art that reflected his core values, despite the potential for financial and social backlash. Uncertainty, his decision to put depth and authenticity before of poopty and profit, ultimately resulted in a rewarding career with a devoted fan base and true prosperity. According to critical acclaim, Seneca is not having more but requiring. Marcus' journey demonstrates that while we face life's obstacles, the Stoic advice to prioritize quality above quantity serves as a beacon to encourage us to rethinking what pleasure and success mean to us, causes us to question if we're pursuing light or shadows. We can then embrace the invitation to create a life that is rich in depth, and implying that we shouldn't judge pursuits as our connections have significance, and items based on how many we own, but also how much they enhance our life. By doing this, we respect the fundamentals of Stoicism and create the path to a successful, contented, and tranquil existence while reflecting on your personal journey. Consider this. Could you alter your behavior today to prioritize the abundance of quality over the quantity of quantity? How could this impact your life and legacy? Fourth principle. The fourth principle is power over reactions. Control your responses. If you decide not to get injured, you won't feel wounded if you've been wounded. Marcus Aurelius is among the greatest. This profound statement from well-known Stoic thinkers encapsulates Stoicism. Statement is a fountain of knowledge that illuminates how to manage our reactions to issues that arise in life. But how can we incorporate this Stoic idea into our daily routines? We alter our approach to issues, criticism, and failures in order to live a more contented and tranquil life by reflecting on the life of young Malala Yousafzai, woman who endured horrific experiences and had incredible strength and composure. Malala did not maintain her position after being insulted for advocating for girls' education. Instead of venting her rage or seeking retribution, she utilized what had happened to her to bring about global change, with an emphasis on peace and education. Her reaction to nearly catastrophic trouble demonstrates the Stoic idea that we can choose how we react to events that occur in our environment. We should consider how we respond to them. Do we give in to our rage and hatred after reading Malala's tragedy, or do we decide to recognize and care about others? How you handle it as another well-known person matters more than what happens to you. According to Stoic, this emotion prompts us to consider how we may alter our life when someone criticizes us. Do we allow it to make us feel inferior? Or do we see, if you receive unjust criticism at work, Take it as an opportunity to improve and grow. Although your first reaction would be to protect yourself or let it spoil your day, if you practice Stoicism, you could see this critique as an opportunity to examine your work critically and gain knowledge from any excellent points. Eliminate anything that isn't useful. The utilization of interactive questions. These sayings from Stoic philosophers not only aid in our comprehension of these concepts, however, it also motivates us to implement them. What will you do when confronted with a circumstance that challenges your patience or makes you doubt your viewpoint? Would you allow yourself to be affected? As Aristotle once stated, events determine your level of happiness, or will you find strength in being able to choose how you react? Recognize that you have control over your thoughts, not over external circumstances. Will be powerful. Let us all take this as a call to action. If we adhere to by exercising self-control over our reactions, we can let go of past injuries. To have a more tranquil and balanced approach to life, let's attempt to handle life's unforeseen turns with empathy and strength, paving the path to a fulfilling and prosperous life. Keep in mind that your reactions have the ability to mold your life's narrative. How will you create it? Please share your ideas on this subject to motivate yourself to pen your amazing life narrative. Leave a power over reactions refers to being able to control your feelings and reactions in a variety of situations. It entails being conscious of controlling, particularly in difficult or stressful situations, and being aware of your feelings to avoid reacting too forcefully or too. People can deal with difficult situations fast, maintain solid relationships, and make wise decisions when they are in charge of their self-awareness and reactions. Understand what makes you feel awful and how you typically react to it after learning about the circumstances or occurrences that make you feel can greatly assist you in organizing and managing your solutions for emotion management and devise strategies for controlling your emotions. When circumstances are difficult, you can maintain your composure by engaging in activities like deep breathe mindfully, alter your perspective on negative thoughts, and stop and consider things before acting without thinking. Pause and consider what's happening. Consider what will occur if you follow your desires, and whether your response aligns with your beliefs and objectives for how to interact with others. You must be able to communicate correctly in order to control your reactions in social circumstances. Active listening can help you resolve conflicts in a constructive manner and prevent your emotions from getting worse. Adaptability, empathy, and assertiveness are aware that you don't have to possess a powerful emotional reaction to everything, and cultivate the capacity to be adaptable and versatile, so that you can respond appropriately to various circumstances, whether it entails demonstrating empathy. People can take charge by establishing boundaries or cooperating to discover solutions over their responses and use these lessons to their own lives to become more emotionally knowledgeable and resilient. The fifth principle of work-life balance is to endeavor to improve when things don't go as planned. The fifth principle is to try to learn from mistakes. The crucible, which the Stoics believe developed strength and character, is frequently shunned and avoided. Seneca is a notable person in the compelling observation of fire gold undergoing tests was made by the Stoic school. He mentioned something crucial. Men of bravery, we only discover what we're truly able to apply this Stoic idea when we confront and overcome obstacles. Encourages us to view our issues as opportunities for growth and progress, rather than as insurmountable difficulties that cannot be solved. People reflect on the remarkable life of Nelson Mandela, who turned 27 years old in Mandela, transformed incarceration into a powerful path of forgiveness, peace, and leadership. Was imprisoned for 27 years for opposing a party in South Africa when he left, he had a vision of serenity rather than anger or bitterness. His struggles served as the foundation for his knowledge and efforts to bring his nation together. Mandela's leadership, while his incarceration could have been abandoned or transformed into miserable, but he decided to spend his time reflecting, learning, and planning for a future in which all South Africans may coexist peacefully, thanks to his perseverance to an idea that aligns well with Stoic thinking, envisioning how powerful a person had to be to transform decades of incarceration into a forum for peace and unity. Mandela's resilience inspires us to consider how we may use our personal struggles as a springboard for growth. Can we have the forbearance and ability to look past our own suffering to a greater good, as demonstrated by Mandela? Epictetus the Great once remarked that what matters is. Mandela's life is an excellent example of how to deal with life's challenges. Illustration of this since, despite his extensive suffering, he chose to pursue peace and harmony rather than retribution. Realizing this decision didn't solve his issues. Rather, it turned Mandela's journey from prisoner to president is a story of transforming them into a source of strength and wisdom. Powerful reminder that our greatest achievements can come from our worst moments. Compels us to view our lives differently, putting aside the suffering caused by our issues, and to envision a future where our capacity to forgive and grow would mold it instead of our resentments from the past. Let's be motivated by Nelson Mandela's life and the Stoic idea of seeking progress in adversity. Confront our issues head-on, understanding that they are seeds of learning for the future. Let's also keep in mind how we handle issues can impact how our lives unfold when we observe. In this manner, every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow into a more resilient and compassionate person who has the power to improve the world. Principle number 6, the pursuit of virtue. The ancient Stoics had a profound. The 6th principle is the pursuit of virtue, understanding of human nature, and they taught us the importance of characteristics like courage and wisdom in to live a meaningful life. One must be kind and fair, according to Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus. Draws a lovely parallel between taking care of our bodies and our spirits with virtue-based care, demonstrating that both are harmed by excess and neglect. But how may we manifest these chess virtues in a period when moral behavior is frequently eclipsed by surface-level accomplishments, like world Japanese diplomat Chiun Sugihara sacrificed his career and his family's safety during World War II, putting their family in danger to aid thousands of Jewish refugees in fleeing the Holocaust by Sugihara, granted them visas despite his government's warnings against to. Despite being obviously against the rules, this demonstrated Stoic traits in his experience makes us consider the issues we face in the face of extreme adversity. Today, how can we demonstrate our unwavering commitment to doing the right thing at all times? There is a great deal of personal risk, according to Seneca, a Stoic thinker. The only positive thing this insight offers us about true bliss is morality, comes from cultivating morality rather than external prosperity, which makes us consider our lives and the things we do that are guided by integrity, even if they aren't. Do we have the courage to stick to our convictions, even if doing so means being by? Imagine for a moment that everyone makes moral decisions on a daily basis. It is a practical objective that begins with the choices we make, not a romantic fantasy. Do we select the simple route that solely serves our interests every day, or do we choose the road to virtue is one of justice and equity, even if it requires sacrifice, continuous development and self-improvement? We will experience failure and moral testing, but the not never falling, but how we get back up after each setback is the real test of character. Do we try to improve after learning from our failures, or do we give up? Then use this as motivation. Marcus Aurelius advises us to allow virtue to be our. Your response is crucial because it serves as both our compass and our path forward. I would appreciate it if you could summarize the lessons taught by Marcus Aurelius. By stating that being different from someone who has wronged you is the best way to get even, could you kindly offer your special perspective on view below? The pursuit of virtue is a timeless objective that everyone shares, transcends nations, faiths, and eras to symbolize the never-ending pursuit of moral perfection and justice. The actions of philosophers, theologians, and other intellectuals from a people from a variety of backgrounds have attempted to define and seek virtue, frequently recognizing it as a crucial component of a thriving community, and a contented personal virtue comprises a wide range of qualities such as courage, ethics, and honesty. Being intelligent and kind is not enough. You also need to put in effort on cultivating the inner qualities that enable you to act morally and lead a fulfilling life. Those seeking virtue reflect on themselves and engage with the world, making an effort to ensure that their ideas, deeds, and plans are consistent with moral standards and self-reflection. Unrighteousness is the first stage in virtue is the ability to examine oneself. Individuals must be truthful and modest about their abilities and shortcomings as they reflect on their principles, beliefs, and behavior. Self-awareness is the first step toward moral and emotional development. Development through observation of role models and having role models to aspire to is a fantastic method to develop virtue by witnessing morally upright people, whether they are historical figures, imaginary characters, or contemporary individuals able to assist you in navigating the path to discipline and moral excellence. Practice virtue requires effort and implementation. It is not merely an idea. It takes discipline to cultivate qualities like patience, kindness, and ness. Frequent practice, especially when things become difficult or you feel like giving up. Repeatedly doing positive things forms habits that mold your personality. Participation in behavioral groups and accountability for achieving virtue is beneficial. Of a team that helps one another and promotes responsibility, discussing moral dilemmas arising from community involvement, and consulting with reliable peers are everything that can assist you in cultivating and sustaining positive conduct. Growth and imperfection. Those who are seeking virtue are aware that errors, and because people are flawed by nature, failures will occur. But they refuse to give up or succumb to hopelessness. Rather, they view these issues as opportunities to improve and begin anew, and they continue to strive for strength and moral perfection while advancing the primary principle of the pursuit of virtue is a continuous process of self-discovery. Practice improvement and community cohesion. It's an endeavor that goes above and beyond personal objectives, improves the planet, and aids individuals in realizing their greatest potential. Number 7. Recognize and accept your fate. Stoicism's profound wisdom teaches us how to handle life's unforeseen circumstances with grace and fortitude of comprehending and embracing destiny or arma fati is key to this. The theory advises us to appreciate the journey of life with all of its complexities. According to renowned Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, accept the things that fate has bound you to. And cherish the individuals that destiny has brought you together, but do so with all of your heart, understanding that this profound acceptance does not imply surrender, but rather remember that every moment is an opportunity for development, love, and understanding. In the final segment of the documentary, we discuss the life biography of President Nelson Mandela, who had to serve 27. Most people would consider years spent behind bars to be a catastrophic loss of valuable time. However, Mandela viewed it as a significant aspect of his narrative that shaped him into a leader who could use forgiveness and compassion to transform a country. His path demonstrates amor fati's profound acceptance, which resulted in because of Mandela's life, we have a legacy of peace that has never been witnessed before. Should consider how we might begin to improve by using our challenges as opportunities. Seneca's call to live each day as though it were its own life inspires us to consider this carefully, and when unfortunate events occur, cherish each moment. Should consider what I can learn from this and how it can improve my character. These kinds of inquiries shift our perspective from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. Another Stoic sage challenges us further by stating that what matters is not what happens to you, but rather how you. His remarks serve as a reminder that our ability to control our destiny rests on how we respond to it. When the unexpected occurs, do we allow it to drag us down, or do we rise to the occasion with honor? Gaining knowledge and developing from the experience, amor fati is the adventure that calls for bravery and introspection. It's about discovering the beauty in our tales even when the unexpected plot turns, and we're advised to love our fate rather than acceptance, but with gratitude for how it has shaped us. Embrace amor fati. Don't merely contemplate it. Take action now and embrace your destiny. Transform your life into a tale of contentment, prosperity, and serenity. Keep in mind that our responses to the events in our lives do not define who we are. Will you decide to respond by taking the serene route that fate winds through and out of? Our lives as a vast tapestry that shapes our encounters and guides our course. Whether we believe that fate is predetermined or influenced by the decisions we make, acknowledging we'll discuss what it implies and how it can help us develop profoundly and discover inner peace. Must embrace fate, absorb its lessons, and take solace in its accept that uncontrollable fate frequently places us in unchangeable situations, which is beneficial. We acknowledge the limitations of our power and realize that certain things will occur regardless of what is called accepting fate, and going with the flow can only make you angry and resistant. We create space for new things when we let go and move with life. Opportunities and possibilities that align with our destiny find use in hardship. Even fate provides us with opportunities to learn and become more accepting when horrible things happen. Your destiny is to find purpose in challenges and use them to develop personally. If you wish to do so, trust the process. You must think that the world is organically structured if you believe in fate. Releasing ourselves from the impulse to control everything, we allow fate to guide us to our cultivate resilience, because you must be able to accept your fate if you wish to. With change and uncertainty, we can manage life's ups and downs with bravery and self-assurance. If we practice our inner fortitude and flexibility in knowing and accepting our fate is not a sign of weakness on the journey of life, demonstrates our strength and intelligence, and enables us to embark on a profound self-discovery adventure and spiritual development by flowing with the flow and accepting what we cannot change. Finding purpose in adversity, having faith in the process, and strengthening our decide to embrace your fate since it contains the secret to your most significant. We have discussed 7 profound ideas that are intended to release us from the bonds of our history. Final results. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of every minute that passes and to accept fate with courage. Marcus Aurelius reportedly remarked, "You have power over your inner peace and true happiness. Recognize that your thoughts are not over external occurrences, and you will discover strength." This timeless guidance advises us to be robust, strong, and good, and to appreciate life's small pleasures, Let these thoughts to assist you in letting go of the burden of the past and enter the present with an open mind and soul. Let's put this information to use as a compass to help us navigate our life's journeys with grace, bravery, and composure. Please join me in my pursuit of a happy, calm, and compassionate life, where the practice of letting go transforms not just our lives, but the entire globe. Since we think that every person's path is unique, kindly share your tale in. You could share a struggle you overcome or something else in the comments section below this video.